What's up? Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hello. My name is Courtney Capano. I'm so excited to have you. As you can see by the title, these are my pregnancy must-haves. I am currently in my third trimester of pregnancy, and so throughout this entire experience, from the moment I found out I was pregnant until now, getting really close to my due date, I have really explored a lot of different options and products and resources. And so I wanted to share all of my pregnancy must-haves, the things that have really gotten me through these 9 months. I am going to break this video down into different sections to try to keep it organized and digestible for you watching, and because I really wish that I had a video like this at the beginning of my pregnancy, because it would have helped me a lot. I mean, that being said, everyone's different. What works for me might not always work for you, but I'll try to describe why I love certain items and products and things like that so that you can see if that's something that you'd be interested in. First section is food and drink. So to begin, the first thing on my list is bone broth. And so this is something that I didn't ever really incorporate into my diet before being pregnant. I had always heard about the benefits of bone broth. For me, the biggest benefit was that it was really soothing when I was sick in my first trimester. And my favorite brand that I tried out is Kettle and Fire. So I'll link this one below. This was a miso soup bone broth. You literally can just, like, before bed or as a snack, heat this up on the stove and pour it into a cup and just sip it. Or if you prefer to have it like soup, you can just pour the bone broth into a bowl and eat it like soup, and it's just really soothing, and it helped me a lot with nausea and just like some other benefits for pregnancy. It does boost the elasticity of your stretching belly and expanding uterus. It strengthens your pelvic floor and helps you to maintain good joint support. So it does have benefits beyond just like immediate nausea relief, but I don't know, this has been something that I explored in pregnancy and thought I would share. And then the next is coffee. So I know that there are so many different ways of approaching like coffee in pregnancy. Some people completely go cold turkey and they cut coffee out entirely. A lot of people do like the doctor recommended amount of coffee a day, which is like 200 milligrams or less. That's what I chose to do in pregnancy. Some doctors say you can have up to 300 milligrams, like whatever. It just depends. For me, the first trimester, as I've said in other videos, coffee was not even on the table. I couldn't stand the smell of it, like nothing. But I really looked forward to finally being able to drink coffee again. And through my second and third trimesters, I've been fine to drink it. But I wanted to find some sort of coffee that was like half calf or even less than that. It had a little bit of caffeine but wasn't completely decaffeinated, just so that I could have like 2 cups of coffee a day if I wanted to. Because pre-pregnancy, I would have a cup of coffee in the morning and then in the afternoon, just as part of my routine, and it would wake me up and keep me going throughout the day. I looked all around and there was not a lot of options or any options out there. It was pretty much just like caffeinated coffee or decaf. And so I found this brand called Mommy Coffee. I think it's awesome. It started by, I think 1 or 2 moms that wanted to create an option for women to pour themselves cups of coffee throughout the day and not feel guilty about it, essentially. And so they have a few options on their website. They have a half calf and a quarter calf, which I think is so cool. So I'll link them down below. And then bran cereal. So this is something that I did mostly in my first trimester. In the mornings, if I woke up really nauseous, morning sickness, I would pour a bowl of bran cereal. You can get bran cereal anywhere, and it would just help ease my nausea. I don't know why. I read that somewhere. I remember when I was desperate looking around for ways to alleviate nausea first trimester, and I saw bran cereal and I was like, I'll try it. It's bland, which is sometimes all you can handle in the first trimester. So that really helped me. Then next, also, these are in like no order, I'm just kind of jumping around, but the next is iron supplement cookie bites. So I was told in my second trimester that I am anemic, so this is not necessarily applicable to everybody, but iron intake is really important in general in pregnancy. So I think that these cookies would be good for you even if you haven't been diagnosed anemic. They're so good. Like, they're actually really good cookies. I like these better than some of the other snacks that I have in my house. They're by the Munchkin Milk Makers. They're iron supplement cookie bites. They have 2 times the iron as a serving of spinach. So I'm down for that. And this brand also has lactation support cookies too. I had bought them for my girlfriend last year when she had her baby, and she really loved those cookies. So a good brand all around. And then my saving grace throughout pregnancy has honestly been coconut water. So right now I'm just sipping the Vita Coco coconut water with pineapple, and constantly in the fridge we always have just the little bottles of plain coconut water, and that has really helped me so much. I can't even tell you, like, anytime I would feel nauseous, or if I would have really bad heartburn even after taking Tums, like just that upset stomach and throat, coconut water would just hydrate me so much. Like, this has been something that I really think is a must-have in pregnancy, because it's such a good natural way to hydrate yourself too. There's obviously Gatorades and electrolyte drinks that I've definitely had through pregnancy, but there's just something different about the way coconut water makes you feel, or at least for me. So stock up. Have your partner constantly keep the fridge stocked with coconut water, and you will thank me later. Another thing that helped me so much with nausea, I feel like this is just a theme of this section of the video with food and drink. Most of the must-haves I'm mentioning are meant to help alleviate nausea because it's a very real symptom in pregnancy for most people. But in my first trimester, a lot of moms told me to have ginger to help with nausea, and to be honest, like, I couldn't stand the smell of any sort of strong scented food, so I definitely didn't have a lot of ginger in the first trimester. But as I started to feel better, I would try ginger. Jonathan would cook with it, or he would make me ginger tea, and it made such a difference. Now I crave ginger. Like, I need it once a day basically. And so I have done like ginger shots. Cooking with ginger has been something we've done a lot through this pregnancy in our house, and it's really made a difference. And it just helps overall just settle my stomach and helps me digest my food better, I've noticed. So ginger is a must-have, and if you're in your first trimester and that doesn't sound good, just try your best once you start feeling a little bit better to incorporate it. My 32-ounce hydro flask. So I mentioned this in previous videos that I had like a Yeti, I think like 26-ounce or 20-ounce rumbler that I was just having to refill constantly, and I really tried to drink so much water every day. But eventually I was like, I need the big one. This is like 36 ounces or something, and it's just so nice to not have to get myself water as often. It just holds a ton of water. So I just think a must-have, you don't necessarily need to get this one, is just a really big source of H2O. Next are nausea gummies. So I think there are different options out there, but for Christmas, when I was really in a deep state of nausea, Jonathan in my stocking put these like nausea gummies, and they are by the brand Pink Stork. They made a huge difference. I would just have these with my Tums in my purse wherever I went, and anytime I would be nauseous or if I ate something, I would just have one of these right after, and it would just, I don't know if it was psychological, I don't know if it was like the ginger taking over, but it just helped alleviate my nausea so that I could at least like function for another hour or so. And a lot of people really like them for the morning if they have bad morning sickness. So I don't have any more. I ate all of them, so I can't show it to you, but I pulled it up and I'll have it down below. They're like little lozenges. They taste good. They were a little bit fruity, but you could definitely taste the ginger, which I really liked. I will say he also, for Christmas, in my stocking stuffer, put in these like nighttime electrolyte gummies. And so I have them to show you, and the reason that he got these for me was because at night in the first trimester, I was going to the bathroom like 6-7 times a night, which is just so funny because your body's not changing too much yet. Like, you wouldn't think you would have to go to the bathroom so much in that first trimester, but it's just insane as your uterus grows. And I was struggling because at night I was so dehydrated and I wanted to just chug water, but that would not help with how many times I had to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. And so he found these like electrolyte gummies that are intended to really hydrate you. So the goal would be eat these before bed, you'll be really hydrated, but you won't have all that extra fluid. And so I will say that I tried these out and it worked. Like, I definitely felt really hydrated when I had them, but they just, I think, taste so bad that it made me feel like sick. So I couldn't really ever use them. And so I saved them though, just to eventually show in this video, just so that you can see. They're like just these little gummies. They're like this raspberry color. They look good, they just taste disgusting. If you're desperate, try them out and you might actually like them. I think a lot of reviews said people were fine with the taste. I couldn't handle it. And the last like 2 items under food and drink. I think I've talked about this before. I definitely have, that I have had a lot of like constipation through pregnancy, especially as I've moved through pregnancy and my stomach has been growing with 2 babies inside. Like, things slow down. And so I talked about this, I think, on my baby moon vlog, that I took Miralax, and that is something that you can take in pregnancy. You should not take a lot of, and it's kind of a more relaxed laxative. It's not super crazy, it's not like a suppository, but it just helps to get things going in your body. And so Miralax is something that I do recommend if you're really desperate and you need to get things going in your body, kind of a once in a while powder. But recently I was told by my doctor that I'm anemic, as I mentioned, and that I need to go on iron supplement pills. And so I had said, well, I will definitely do that, of course, but I am really not going to the bathroom regularly, like, in full transparency, like very irregularly. And so she said, why don't you try using Metamucil, pouring 1 scoop into water in the morning every day, and see if that helps. And so Metamucil and Benefiber is like the same thing. So I ended up doing Benefiber because it's unflavored, and I mix it with my liquid IV packet, just like a little bit of this to just add a little bit of flavor and hydration. And I have been doing this every morning the past like 2 weeks now, and I can't even explain to you how much it has changed my life. Like, I'm not even being dramatic. I just wish I had tried this sooner, because you can do this throughout pregnancy. Like, Benefiber, Metamucil, super pregnancy safe, and it's really light on your body. Like, it's natural, it's just added fiber, I think. And so if you're having any issues with digestion, please like run to this, because I wish I did it sooner. I actually do have a discount code for liquid IV that I'll put down below, 25% off that you can get. These 2 as a duo have been just amazing for me. Okay, and now I'm out of breath. I just ran around my house trying to get some products for the next section of this video, which is skincare. I really didn't understand the importance of skincare in pregnancy until I became pregnant and it became relevant for me. And I started doing research on, you know, what products can you not use in pregnancy, and what are some great options for not only, you know, my face, neck, back skincare that I always, you know, have really made sure I prioritize, but also like my belly, my booty, my thighs. Like, I wanted to nourish my body through pregnancy because it's constantly changing and stretching and growing, and I just wanted to do the best I could to really be informed on the best skincare options for me. So the first skincare brand that I want to talk about is called Naked and Thriving. They are a US-based skincare brand. They're vegan, cruelty-free, paraben-free, and they operate so ethically. This is the box that they send you, and they use conscious and sustainable shipping and packaging methods that ultimately just minimize the impact on the planet. And we love that. And plus, something I just found out, that for every bottle of their products sold, a tree is planted by their partners across the globe. So, I mean, come on. All of the ingredients are just sustainably sourced, and I can't say enough good things about brands like this that are just doing the right thing. And in pregnancy, it's just felt really good to treat myself while also giving back. Just to talk to you about a few of the products that I've really liked. So This one is their Protect product. It's an antioxidant face serum. It's made with hyaluronic acid and aloe, and it helps to protect against environmental damage as well as signs of aging. Sleek, cute, simple. It's just like a clear serum. I've really liked using this as part of my daily routine. Next is their Rejuvenate product. It's a restorative face oil. It also gives you a really nice glow when you use it immediately. So it helps to fight off those wrinkles, improve elasticity in your skin, which is really important in pregnancy all over. But I like a product that makes you look like dewy and glowy right away. So this one does that. And so you can see it's just like this nice orange color that just looks really nice on the skin immediately. Next product is their Illuminate. It's a brightening BC Plus serum. This one I like because in pregnancy, something very important to note is that you cannot use retinol or retinoid. So this is a all natural retinoid. So you can use this in pregnancy and it has the same benefits as more harsh retinols out there. The next is called their Prevent, and this is an anti-aging face oil. Lightweight oil, absorbs quickly into the skin, provides nourishing moisture. I do notice my skin looks very hydrated after this, which I like. Sometimes I don't even feel like I need to put on moisturizer after using this. And it's nice because it doesn't feel like it's clogging your pores. Some skincare products that I've used feel so thick that you can just like feel your pores getting clogged, if that makes sense. Last, this is their Revive Firming Eye Cream. I definitely have been getting less sleep in pregnancy. This results in darker circles around my eyes. I need something to brighten me up and just make me feel hydrated around that area, and I love this eye cream. So that's it for my little haul of my current favorite skincare items from Naked and Thriving right now. Again, I'm going to link them down below for you. If you use my code, you get like a free mini product with your purchase, so you can sample something new that you want to try out and then also get some of these great items. Okay, so moving along to some other great products that I've liked. So I have really believed in self-care and the importance of self-care in pregnancy, and for me, treating myself to nights where I do a full skincare routine and a night mask has just really elevated my pregnancy experience. It's allowed me to, again, nourish my body and treat it like it deserves to be treated, as it's working so hard to grow babies. And so that all being said, it's my reminder to you to invest in self-care, whatever that looks like for you. But for me, skincare was super important. So doing a night mask a few times a week, taking that time for myself, putting on a podcast has really been wonderful. And so my favorite mask ever, and I've talked about it, I've showed it in other videos, is the Aztec Secret Indian Healing Clay Mask. So this comes as like a powdered consistency, and you can mix this with water. I highly recommend mixing with apple cider vinegar because it just creates this texture that is super earthy and really like clay, and it feels like it is immediately activated when it's on your skin. You can feel the apple cider vinegar working. It's hard to explain. It's just really nice for any area that you want to do a deep pore cleanse, and this is used at a lot of spas. It's all natural and I just love it so much. And then another part of skincare that I really did not do before pregnancy is exfoliate. And so in my first trimester, I had a lot of hormonal acne, which can be very common for a lot of people. And I did get a facial at one point, and the woman was just like, you need to exfoliate. Like, exfoliating will help you so much. And I just never did that before. I don't know why. I think a lot of my products had natural exfoliant like in it. I ended up doing some research and I found the brand Dermatology. It's a medical grade skincare microdermabrasion scrub. I do it 2 times a week. As like the first step in my skincare routine after washing my face, and I think it allows not only for like acne prevention, but it also allows the skincare products that I use after I exfoliate get into my skin much better, because when you exfoliate, you're kind of scrubbing your skin down to a layer that's how I envision it, where other products can more easily be absorbed in your skin. So I love this brand and this exfoliant so much, and I'll link it down below for you. Lastly, under skincare, I wanted to talk about like belly oils and lotions and things that you can use to honestly prevent like stretch marks and damage to your skin through pregnancy. So I am going to show you my favorite products I've used through my whole pregnancy. My number one product that I recommend, because I've used this, I think this is my 5th bottle of this through pregnancy. I've used it since, honestly, a few weeks before I got pregnant. When we really were trying, I think I just started using this because it is meant to improve the elasticity of your belly area and your legs and your chest. And so using it before you even start growing is really important. I think a lot of women think, oh, I'll start using body lotion when I start growing. Like, no, you can improve the elasticity of your skin before you start growing. This is called Stretch Heal. It is a lotion, and so I know a lot of people swear by only using oils. Do whatever is best for you based on your research, but this just sounded like something I really wanted to try, because to me, as much as oils do hydrate you and they do so much good for your body, I do think a lot of times you need that added moisture that like a moisturizing lotion can give you, and especially in pregnancy when you're just stretching. I just liked the idea of a lotion. I'll link this down below for you. I just think it's been the reason that my belly and butt area and everything has just felt really nourished through my whole pregnancy. So this has been my number one. So that being said, there are some other products that I've really loved also, and actually these other products were given to me by my girlfriend Lily. I talk about her all the time, that had a baby almost a year ago now, and so she gave me some of these that I'll mention, and I have used in supplement of this. Again, I want to make it clear that this has been what I use the most, at least like 4 times a week, but these other products I kind of just would throw in occasionally and just have them be like a complement to the Stretch Heal. So 3 of these products are by the brand Honest, and so this is the Honest Glow On Belly Oil, and I really loved this. As you can see, I've used a good amount of it. This is nice for days when I feel like I was really dry and I needed just an added layer of oil to my belly. Also days where I didn't use my Stretch Heal lotion and I just kind of wanted to still lather myself. I will say using an oil is a very therapeutic experience, especially on your belly, on your chest. So I really liked having this as like a supplement in my routine. There's also the Honest Sweet Curves Body Lotion. I used this a lot around my like hip area and my inner thighs, just to help prevent stretching in those areas, and I really liked it. It isn't a super thick moisturizer, it's a little bit on the lighter side, which is nice for those areas. And then this is the Honest Rock the Bump Body Butter, and as it sounds, it is like a butter. The consistency is super thick with this. So kind of each product is great in its own way and serves a different purpose. The last product is by the brand Earth Mama, and it's just belly butter for baby bumps and actually your entire body, it says on the label. So this is just like a lotion, honestly, that I have used for exactly that, my whole body. That's kind of it for skincare. I feel like that was a lot, but I do believe that it's such an important thing to consider as you enter pregnancy and you are existing in your pregnant body. Like, really think about your skin from head to toe, because it's so, so important. The next section I just titled Resources, because resources are very important throughout pregnancy. And so the first is a doula. Jonathan and I decided before we were even pregnant that we wanted to at least explore the option of having a doula. And so by definition, a doula is a woman who is employed to provide guidance and support to a pregnant woman during labor and also for a newborn. And so I was always really interested in this as an option for us in pregnancy. And so I did some research when we first got pregnant, and we got a doula early in our first trimester. We found one that we fell in love with, and she's been our doula through this whole crazy experience. And so kind of a tip that I have is that if you are going to invest in a doula, because it is an investment, it is something that I think you should invest in early on, because then you have the support your whole pregnancy. I think a lot of people wait until they're closer to delivery because they think that a doula is just meant to help them through labor and then postpartum. But usually a doula is like a set price for your pregnancy, and so why not get that investment early on? And so just something that I'm really grateful we did, because I've had the ongoing support through all of the ups and downs of this high-risk pregnancy. So just a tip from my experience and something to consider. And then I know that there are a lot of apps out there to track your pregnancy, and so it's definitely a matter of personal preference, but Jonathan and I have used the Baby Center app and I loved it. I explored different options and compared one app to another app, and the Baby Center app just seemed like it fit what we were looking for the most. It's been my favorite app to use. The features of it, the way it shows you your baby's growth, your belly growth at each week. I like that it compares your baby size to a food. I think it's cute. So Baby Center app has been our favorite. And then another resource that has been fun for Jonathan and I more recently has been newborn care online quizzes. And I think honestly you can probably do online quizzes for any part of pregnancy, but it's been really fun because as we approach our postpartum stage and delivery and all of that and caring for our daughters, we've just been like, whoa, we need to freshen up on like our baby caregiving skills and how to treat a newborn, how to care for this life and these lives in our case with two. And so it's been fun like at nighttime before bed to just open these online like newborn care quizzes and take them together. And it's a quirky way to learn different skills or different best practices for caring for your baby. It's a little bit different than just like reading an article or reading a book. So a fun activity you can do with your partner, something we've really enjoyed. On that note, there have been a lot of books that both Jonathan and I have really loved through pregnancy and as we approach, you know, our newborn phase. Now, that being said, I just ran around my house to get all of the books that we have really loved through pregnancy, and there are a lot of books out there. It can be so overwhelming, so hopefully it's helpful to just hear directly ones that we've loved, but obviously choose however you wish. So the first book that I'll mention is this We're Pregnant, the First Time Dad's Pregnancy Handbook. I cannot recommend this book enough for your partner, specifically if you are with a male partner who really has no idea what to expect when it comes to pregnancy. This was a game changer for Jonathan. Like, I noticed the difference in him after he read this. He read this like right when we first found out we were pregnant. I think he actually started it when we were like trying to be pregnant because I got it for him then. He loved the style of it, and honestly he became so informed as he was reading this that I was like, wow, I need to up my game here. And then the first two books I read when we found out we were pregnant are Bumpin' and Expecting Better. And so again, personal preference with what you want to read. This Bumpin' book is just the modern guide to pregnancy. I noticed that a lot of books on pregnancy and guidance are very outdated. They're archaic in their methods and in their support that they offer, and so I felt that this one being more modern, more realistic, I loved it. So definitely recommend Bumpin'. This is a unique book in book style. So this is by a woman named Emily Oster, and again, it's called Expecting Better. And she is an economist, and so she's not a doctor. She's had babies, so she's a mother, but she takes this approach of believing that women should just have the facts to make their own decisions. We shouldn't always be told what we need to do in pregnancy. We should just have the information and the statistics to make our own informed decisions. And so I really liked and appreciated this. I didn't necessarily agree with everything, but I think it was cool to just have a different angle on pregnancy guidance. And then Random, we picked this up at Barnes & Noble, and I actually did really like it. It's the Baby Name Wizard book. It is a huge book of baby names, and I know there are a lot of websites out there now that you can go to for baby names, but this one is huge, and I think that a lot of the names in here I hadn't seen online because it's so stacked. So Jonathan and I would kind of scroll through this at night, and it was fun. So a good book if you don't know the names that you want to give to your children yet. And then another book, so this is Ina May's Guide to Childbirth, and my girlfriend gave this to me, and to be honest, I have not read this yet, mainly because I've just honestly been trying to come to terms with the fact that my childbirth is going to look very different than what I always thought, just given the pregnancy I'm having and all of that. But she loved it and people rave about it, so I wanted to bring it up but just mention that I have not read it yet. Okay, and then specific to our pregnancy, but if you are expecting twins, I will say that these two books have been awesome. Jonathan and I both read these on our baby moon. This one is called What to Do When You're Having Two, and it's by Natalie Diaz, and she has the podcast called Twiniversity, and Jonathan is obsessed with that podcast. He loves it, so he really wanted to read this book, and just a great approach to caring for two babies. Lighthearted, but still really informative. And then you can too, same thing. They're very similar, but they offer different pieces of advice and nuggets of information. So I liked that we had two. And then the last book I actually just started literally this morning, and it is The Nursing Mother's Companion. It is a national bestseller. People love it. I talked about it in a previous video, and a few of you were like, this book is amazing. And I literally just read the first like few chapters, and I had like goosebumps the whole time. I think it's going to be a really important part of my breastfeeding journey, you know, having a book like this. I've really resonated with the language that the author uses and the approach she's taking to breastfeeding, because I mean, it's going to be a really difficult and crazy experience, especially with two, but this is making me feel really empowered. So I really like this book. Okay, I can't even lie, I just like literally thought I was gonna pass out and just went into my fridge and ate a leftover chicken kebab wrap. It's like 10 in the morning. I swear, like sometimes you think like you've eaten enough and then your body like shuts down and you're like, oh my god, I need food or I'm gonna pass out. Maybe it's just me, but anyways, let's move on to the next section, which is titled Miscellaneous, because I didn't really know how to categorize these items. I figured I would just round out the video with some miscellaneous things that I have loved through pregnancy. The first item is a belly band, and I will say that for me, like even carrying twins, I didn't really feel a need for a belly band until really recently, and only when I'm like walking or on my feet for more than 2 minutes do I feel like a belly band will help. And essentially belly bands are meant to just wrap around the lower part of your belly and lift up to relieve pressure and just take off some of that tension in your back and your hips. I do like the belly band that I got, and I did a lot of research. There's so many good reviews on it. I just think maybe the way I'm carrying two, I just don't really need a belly band. So I'm not the best like customer for it, but I'll link the one that I got down below, because when I do use it and I feel a need for it, it's great. But for me with like relieving tension, what works best is literally getting on my hands and knees and having my stomach just like hang down like when you're in a tabletop position. And that position relieves so much pressure for me, much more than I've noticed a belly band doing. So pick and choose what works for you. I did order last night though. I ordered a donut floaty, like a round donut floaty that has like the hole in the middle, because I saw someone on TikTok, like this woman just like lay down essentially on her belly in the donut hole, and her belly kind of was in the middle part so that it would allow her to lay on her stomach and relieve pressure. And I have not laid on my stomach in months, and I want to so bad, so I'm excited to try that out. The next thing that has really been a luxury for me through pregnancy is my Barefoot Dreams cozy robe and my Barefoot Dreams slippers. I love everything Barefoot Dreams. I know a lot of people have the blanket by them in this same material. I don't even know what it is, but it is just soft and cozy. I've used this through literally my whole pregnancy. Now the weather is getting warmer, so I did actually recently purchase a robe by the brand Parachute, and it's already packed in my hospital bag, so I couldn't show it to you. I could have opened my luggage, but I didn't feel like it. It is like a muslin material lighter robe that I also have really started to like now that the weather's been warmer, but this has really been like this has been the plug through pregnancy. It's definitely a splurge. My mother-in-law got this for me for Christmas, so if you have someone that wants to gift you something, you could ask for it. And then she also got me the Barefoot Dreams slippers, and I've worn them every day in pregnancy. So definitely a must-have for me as a cozy robe and cozy slippers. It is worth the investment, because I literally, every time I'm home, I'm just living in this robe. I don't want to put clothes on. a robe is important. So similarly with being cozy, something that we decided to invest in when I got pregnant was a really good sheet set, like comforter, sheets, pillowcases. I just felt like I really wanted to make sure that my sleeping experience was set up to be the best it possibly could be. And we had never really invested in a nice comforter before, or just like bedding. So we did get Brooklinen everything. We got the full set. I think it's called the Luxe. I'll link down below the set that we got, and it has made such a difference. The sheets are so worth it. Like, we've never invested in nice sheets before, and it completely changes the way that you sleep. And I'm not even just saying that. And every time we wash them, they're brand new again. So I think that's really worth it in pregnancy. If you can afford it, obviously. We had to kind of budget ourselves to make sure that we could invest in such nice bedding, because it is expensive and you need to make sure it's worth it. But for us, it definitely was. I also have a pregnancy pillow. It isn't the full U-shaped pillow. It's like half. Ugh, I should probably get it. I'm gonna show you. It probably has like dog hair on it right now, sorry. But see what I mean? Like, it's not the full U on both sides. One side is longer and then this side is shorter. And I will say that I wish I got the full U so that I was like fully tucked into this, but there are benefits to this way because it does allow for more room to move around, and you can kind of maneuver this to fit your body more than the full U shaped one. So I love it. I use it every single night. I need it now, but I think I probably would recommend the full U kinds, but a lot of people do prefer this. So a humidifier. So I literally wrote in here, second trimester, that rhinitis of pregnancy is so real, and it really is. I experienced in my second trimester, and still now, it's not as bad since using the humidifier, but just severe congestion, and it's very normal. I did not know this before being pregnant, but a lot of women experience crazy congestion in their heads, and it's not even from being like sick or anything, it's just extra fluid in the body. And for me, it was like in my ears, like I couldn't even hear half the time. Like, I had so much congestion, and a humidifier really helped that, especially in the middle of the night. Like, I didn't have as much fluid in my head for whatever reason. So I'll link the humidifier that we use down below. We didn't get like a crazy expensive one by any means. Also, I put in here that with the congestion through the second trimester, sleeping with my head really elevated helped also. So just a tip, if you are experiencing that crazy congestion, if you can put like 2 or 3 pillows under your head, I know it's not as comfortable, that helped a lot, and I was able to sleep a little bit better. Next is a heating pad. So my heating pad is currently in the living room, so I don't need to get it anyway. They all pretty much look the same in my opinion. Just the rectangle heating pad that I will just lay behind my back pretty much every morning when I'm like sipping my coffee or my water. It just relieves pressure in my back. Even if my back isn't hurting, I just try to always use the heating pad to just open up that area, because there's so much tension on your back. Even when you're not feeling it, try to get ahead of it and just use the heating pad as part of like your daily routine or every other day. You don't need to spend a ton of money on a heating pad. It literally is just a heating pad, and the one we got worked great through pregnancy. I wrote compression socks. So I actually would recommend getting really good compression socks. I won't even show you mine because the ones I got are meant for travel, and I only have 1 pair of compression socks, kind of something that I regret. I should have bought more. I should just buy more now because I'm experiencing more swelling in my legs now and restless leg every night, and Charlie horses that have all started in my 3rd trimester. I mean, all of a sudden I've just been having so many issues with my legs, and it's really painful, and I think I could have probably prevented this if I wore better compression socks. So from one pregnant human to you, get yourself some compression socks. Okay, and then just 2 more things here on this list, and the next is workout plans. I wrote out just workout plans, and I think that this is something that is obviously unique to everyone. Like, if you're not someone that really works out at all, you don't see a value in it, or you just don't care to work out, like, I think that it's still so important to try to do your best to like move your body in some way, and having a plan is so beneficial. Like having a structure in your pregnancy to move your body, I think is really important. Personally, even if it's not something that you valued before being pregnant, it is now for your babe, not just you. There are a lot of awesome YouTube videos for pregnancy workouts. Like they're free. You can do pregnancy yoga, pregnancy like light cardio, pregnancy walking guidance. For me, I have the Peloton and they have really great prenatal classes you can take. So I invested in that for myself, but I just do think that a pregnancy must is to have some sort of schedule and plan to keep yourself accountable to move your body through pregnancy, because it makes such a difference. And also pelvic floor exercises. My doula has really stayed on top of me about the importance of pelvic floor exercises. The book Bumpin', actually, that I talked about a little while ago, has a few pages on pelvic floor exercises that helps to just strengthen your body, prepare it for labor, delivery, and postpartum recovery. So I do think that it's something that should be really important for you and for everyone that's pregnant. And then lastly, my favorite clothing brands. So I did a whole video. I'm going to link it up here so that you can watch it if you're interested, on all of my favorite maternity clothing brands. I styled a ton of clothes for you to just get inspired on how to rock your bump through pregnancy. So I'm not going to take too much time right now to talk about this, because that video is awesome and informative and hopefully helpful for you. But I will link just down below some of my favorite clothing brands, and they are Pink Blush Maternity, ASOS Maternity, Show Me Your Muumuu, which is really good if you have like formal events, weddings, things like that that you need to go to through pregnancy. I just think offer options that are not so like maternal, in the sense that they're really cute. You can still feel sexy in your pregnant body going to events. Free People has been awesome. I love all of their clothing for maternity. They don't offer maternity clothes, but I think a lot of it works with a growing body. And the brand Nothing Fits But, that I've raved about in other videos, it is my favorite brand that really leans into the idea that you can buy items that you can wear before you're pregnant, while you're pregnant, and after you're pregnant. For me, I love that because I didn't want to invest a ton of money in maternity clothing that I'm not going to wear again for a while or ever. So I wanted to find brands that allowed me to buy and invest in pieces that could be worn at different stages and seasons of life. Okay, so as mentioned, that was the last part of this video. I need to like take a nap after talking for this long. I can't do these sit down videos anymore in third trimester. It's getting really difficult. I need sandwich breaks now. So anyways, I hope that this was helpful for you, and if this is your first time on my YouTube channel, again, welcome. So happy to have you here. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Stick around and hang out with me. Say what's up in the comments. I love meeting new people, especially during this chapter of my life, and I feel like there's so many women I can relate to, and I love when men comment showing their support, and I don't know, I just love meeting people. So definitely comment down below. And I wish you all the best on your pregnancy journey, or whatever time of life this is for you. I hope that this video gave you some new perspective and was informative at the very least. So thank you again for watching, and I will see you in my next video. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws.